The Florida Senate passed a bill restricting teachers and school districts from discussing sexuality and gender identity with children in kindergarten through third grade. Dr. Ben Carson joins me now. Doctor, straight at it. Do you think 5-year-olds should be instructed on their own sexuality in elementary schools?
Well, of course not. Their brains aren't, prepared to handle those kinds of complex topics right now. Growing up, it's supposed to be a fun time, not a time when you're presented with a lot of confusing information. And, there are a lot of adults who don't even understand sexuality. So why would you burden a young child with something like that? And these are the kinds of things that parents are there for. They're not the kinds of things that schools are there for.
The LGBTQ community is upset about this. Does that matter at all to you?
Well, the LGBTQ, whatever, yes, they matter. Everybody matters. But that has nothing to do with whether we're confusing our young people. This is not a matter of politics. This is a matter of common sense. And what is school for? It's so that we can teach our young people how to manage in a complex world. That means they need to be good readers. They need to be able to handle mathematics. They need to understand history. They need to be able to express themselves. They don't need to be engaged in conversations about whether I feel like a girl or a boy today.
Yeah.
This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yes, Doctor, you're right. Biden's climate czar, John Kerry, admits the Ukraine refugee crisis is so bad. He says it's real bad, but once again, he ties the real crisis back to the climate. Watch this again, Doctor, please. Roll it.
We're already seeing climate refugees around the world. If you think migration has been a problem in Europe from the Syrian war, or even from what we see now, where do you see 100 million people for whom the entire food production capacity is?
That's it, isn't it? He's tying back the refugee, is associating the refugee problem in Ukraine and tying it back to what he thinks is going to be the refugee, enormous numbers of refugees because of climate. What do you make of that?
Well, again, if we were to apply just a little bit of logic here, we would recognize that, yes, green energy, renewable energy are lofty and admirable goals. However, in order to get there, you need to use what you have already. You don't throw away what you have already, which puts you in an even deeper hole to dig out of. And the things that we're replacing the production in this country are dirtier than the ones that we have. We had the cleanest air and the cleanest water since we've had measurements for those things during the previous administration. We were energy independent. We were a net exporter of energy. We were able to control the narrative. We took all of those keys and we handed them over to Vladimir Putin, which obviously made him start thinking about other things that he can do. And I think Xi is thinking about things that he can do. At some point, I would implore the politicians of today who are in charge to start thinking about the people. Don't think about your party. Don't think about gaining political power. Think about what's good for our country, what's good for our children and those who are coming after us. Be willing to admit that you made a mistake. We're quite willing to forgive mistakes, but if you just double down on them and keep making excuses, don't be surprised if the people reject you in the future.
Dr. Ben Carson, always good to see you. Don't be such a stranger.
You too.
Come and see us again soon,
Hey,
Doc.
thank you for being such a patriot. I appreciate you.
You're most welcome, sir. Most welcome. Thank you.